Question for you. At your job, do you have work-life balance? It's such a serious question because I think that most of our jobs nowadays don't have that work-life balance. Sure, there are companies that promote a work-life balance, such as Google, at least they claim to be, Facebook, those high-end companies, but who actually works there and how do you get in? I don't have the faintest clue how to get in there with what I do. I don't even know if they'd want to hire me. But at your current job, that's what we're talking about. Do they have work-life balance? Do they promote that? Let me give you an example. At my current company, we have a remote day, 1 day a week. And recently, they sent us an email and said that they were going to take it away beginning February 1st. Well, within the first 5 minutes after receiving that email, I was replying, absolutely not, because that's not proper work-life balance. That's just me. And then after I sent my email, I went around and asked other people, probably almost everybody I asked, did you send an email reply back? And everybody looked at me in horror and said, reply? They didn't ask for a reply. And I said, so what? You're going to let them take your remote day away? Your one remote day, your 1 day when you can catch up on your life, you're going to have them take it away from you just like that? Well, what can we do? You can reply because they did say at the end, your feedback is welcome. A lot of people were still hesitant to reply. And I said, look, this is your opportunity to say something, because if you don't say, you don't get. So I went around to everybody's office in the administration and told them, you have to reply back to that email. So within 3 days, I think everybody had finally replied back saying that they wanted to keep their remote day. Now, me personally, I want 2 remote days because what I do, I can do from home. Granted, I know that I need to come in sometimes to see the students and interact with them. There are things that happen I need to be there for, but 3 days a week would suffice. But they want a body there in the chair, in the office, for what? Just for show. Just for show. And I don't think it's necessary. And I know for a fact that 2 other people who were there before asked for the same thing, asked for 2 remote days, asked to leave earlier at 4:30 versus, 6:30, something like that. And they said no. Since I didn't get the raise that I want, I don't work longer than 8 hours, 8-hour days anymore. I'm just over that. I no longer work until I'm falling asleep on the way home on my commute. Literally, I'm like this. It's terrible. That's how tired I am. On my remote day, you know what I do? I schedule doctor's appointments. I schedule to pick up my daughter from school. I have everything that I can't do Monday through Thursday. I do it on my remote day on Friday. And do you think that on the weekend for Saturday and Sunday, I want to spend that time catching up with my life? No, I don't want to. I want to relax. I want to socialize if I can. If there's opportunities to. I want to work on my business. But if I didn't have that remote day, I wouldn't be able to do the things that I do now on the weekends. I don't think it's too much to ask because especially it's not a huge school. It's kind of a small school. It's a private school, but it's college. And when you see your employers taking vacations regularly, going away for 3 weeks or a month, and coming back all tan and wonderful, and then you try to take the vacation days that they give you and they tell you, oh, now is not a good time. You shouldn't take vacation now. Or if you take it a different time, oh, you have to make yourself available on your vacation because this is a terrible time for you to go. Well, when is the right time and why can't I just use my vacation days if I get them? I think I said this in another video, but it's true. And it irks me every single time I have to think about it. And then other people, because their department is such in demand, they're afraid to take their vacations. And you know what happens when you don't take your vacation days at the end of the year? You lose them. They don't carry over. And I only get 17 days. So 17 days by the time, if I want to go away, like out of the country, that's 2 days right there. Just to go there and back. 1 day to recuperate. No, 2 days to recuperate. That's 4 days. And then what am I left with on a vacation? Like 2 days when I'm there to have fun or enjoy myself, relax a little bit? That's no way to live. And you know what? You shouldn't live that way either. We should be having more work-life balance. What is work-life balance? Work-life balance is when you feel refreshed at the end of the day from working. You don't feel like you are so tired that all you want to do is not even eat, not even take care of yourself, but you just want to go to bed. And you go to bed, and then you get up in the morning exhausted, and you repeat that vicious cycle over and over again all week long, and then can't wait all week long until the weekend. And you repeat that cycle for how many years? We can't do that. That's not work-life balance. I want work-life balance where my work is a part of my life. And that's possible, where work can be your life, because I want my life, my work to count. I want to be of service to other people. Let me ask you this. What if we brought back the barter system and there was no more monetary giving money for this or money for that? And that's something that you can think about when you're thinking about, like, let me change careers, or what should I do at this age? What am I going to do? I have nothing else to do. Imagine if they said, you know what? We're no longer getting paid for what we do. You have to come up with something that you can give of service or do for other people. What would you do? What would you do so that they feel that it's so valuable that they want to give to you in return? And I thought about that today, and I said, you know what? I got to tell the people. I got to tell my community that. Because when you're looking to find your purpose, you want to look to find, what can I do if I wasn't getting paid for it, but it was more like a barter system that I could do for other people, and they would find it so valuable that they'd want to give something to me in return. I think I'm giving you something right now, something very valuable. You need to figure out what you would do if you weren't getting paid for it. What could you do for somebody? Could you do their nails? Could you talk to an elderly person and be able to calm their fears, or just make them, their end of life days, feel at ease? And there's so many things to do. Some people, they just have a calming spirit around animals. I couldn't do that. Like, I have my pet, but I don't like huge dogs that look vicious. These are something that some people, they have a natural talent for. And those can be real life services that you can offer to other people. People house sit for a living while other people go away on vacation, and they make a living off of it. What could you do? What could you offer somebody? Do you know, not until about 6 or 7 years ago did I learn that there are companies that scoop up poop in people's yards. There's a company for everything. My daughter has a friend whose parents own part of an island. And you know what they do for a living? They are in sand. They're in sand. Do I even know what that means? I think they said something like for sandbags and for sand in tornado season and around houses and things like that, or just whatever you have a use for sand. There is something out there for everybody, and you just have to tap into that here, here, Talking about your third eye, here and here. Ask and pray, what is your purpose? Why are you here? So that you can get that work-life balance. We all need it, because there's no way that we should be doing this, what we're doing, working 12-hour days, that's what I was doing, for somebody else, and not have the energy to work on myself or have proper self-care. That's just not how it's supposed to be. There's somebody at my job right now. She's older than I am. I don't know by how much. I think just a couple of years probably. She's working crazy hours where we are. She gets there at 9 o'clock in the morning. She leaves at about 8 o'clock at night. She works in another office, in another school, 1 day a week on her remote day to get extra money. And the reason why she stays so late in the evening at our job is because there are people there who are older and they're teachers, and she doesn't want to leave them by themselves to turn off all the lights and shut everything off. I mean, that is so honorable, but you know what? It's not her responsibility. And the reason why they don't hire anybody in the evening is because she's there. She's going to do it, and they know that. But let me tell you, the first time something happens, anyway, that's not work-life balance. It's not work-life balance for her. And I don't want to see her doing that. I feel terrible every time I ask her when I go by her office, what time are you leaving? She's like, oh, well, I want to wait for Dr. So-and-so to finish up. Whew, I don't know. I say to you, don't live like that. Don't be that person who brags about how many hours they stay at the job. Oh yeah, I was there for 14 hours yesterday, or I had to finish up that project, and I've been working round the clock these days. For what and for who? For yourself? And for what? To buy a new car, the latest car? Is that going to get you somewhere? Is that going to get you an experience? Because you know what? As soon as you drive it off the lot, it's already depreciated in value. What are you getting for that? What are you getting in return, really? Wouldn't you rather take your family away somewhere and have an experience that they'll remember for the rest of their lives versus having a car, a physical, material thing? And that's all it is a thing that's going to depreciate, and it's going to just stop working one day, and then you'll be on to the next. Yeah, you remember the color of the car because, I'm sure you'll take a picture of it, but it won't be that wonderful experience that you could have with your family. And those are the kinds of days that we need. That's the kind of time that we need from work to experience those things with our family and with our loved ones. Without that work-life balance, we're no good to anybody. It's such a wonderful thing when I see kids working in companies with their parents, and they learn the business to take over one day, and then you see the daughter is the CEO, the son is doing great things in the company too. Like, that's an amazing thing, because not only are they learning and growing, but they're building and establishing a stronger relationship, a stronger bond with their parents. And that's wonderful. That is great work-life balance. So we need to have more opportunities like that. And we can have those opportunities, but we have to make them. Nobody's going to give them to us. So that's why I say, have work-life balance and get out of your 9 to 5. I'm done. Let me drop that mic. Where's the mic? Where's the mic? I'm going to take my dog's toy. Later, darlings.